Welcome to ACN Evening News Bulletin with me, Clinton D'Souza, and here are the top stories. The all-important and much-discussed CZMP public hearing at North and South Goa saw heated discussion and demands from the public. Issues raised including the manner in which the crucial plan to protect and manage Goa's coastline was being prepared to facilities and arrangements at the meeting venue itself. The hearing took place at SGPDA Grounds, Margao and Campal Grounds in Panjim under the shadow of coronavirus. In fact, a dusk settled, most speakers in South Goa decided to walk out of the meeting, asking it to be continued on Friday due to the curfew restrictions. Speakers who registered online were given preference to speak first, and the next, those who registered on the spot were allowed to speak. Each speaker got about 15 minutes to speak. Those who tried to resist were vacated from the hearing. Several participants were seen without masks while no social distancing maintained, and authorities have ignored this. Moreover, by evening, people shouted slogans, "Band Karat," illegal hearing Band Karat, demanding to immediately stop the public hearing.
This public consultation was earlier attempted in the month of March also, but because of COVID and certain other reasons, it could not go ahead as planned. And under the direction of Honorable NGT, today this public consultation has been convened once again. We had issued a public notice a month ago, and we requested all the participants and speakers to register with the authority. In North Goa district, we have received 120 registration till 30th of June. We have also made arrangement of on-the-spot registration today when this public consultation is starting, and anybody who wishes to join for this consultation can register herself or himself till 2 p.m. today.
Around 185 approximately square kilometers Kazans are there. Now NSCM is identified only 135 square kilometers, where the remaining 45 square kilometers are gone. See, selectively you cannot say, no, this Kazan I want to show, this Kazan I don't want to show. It has to be uniform. Okay, in our village, can you please show the map? Because in our village, for two properties, the CRZ line is shifted from the previous draft. Now, how this can happen? The agency is same, STL remains same. How this CRZ line can shift? Months passed since we have raised the objections. Can somebody explain what GCLM has done for these 4 months? Have they at least verified? Has they at least verified these objections? What they have done? 4 months have passed. 4 months you have wasted, I can say. Before March 7th, we have given the objections. April, May, June, July, now 4 months have passed. That means GCLM is not serious in correcting this. They just somehow they want to rush these things and कशें करून हे जालें बाबा ओके एनजीटीची ऑर्डर आहा एनडीची ऑर्डर आहा आमकां हें कंप्लीट करपाक जाय कंपायल करपाक जाय. That is the only this thing. If you are serious, this last 4 months you could have finished the objections, the corrections. You are not showing the maps. And this is what we आम्ही तुम्ही उलयता तुम्ही कांयच सांगना आमी. Why this NSCM scientists are come if they don't want to face the public? NSCM scientists should explain what they have done because they have paid money for this. फुकट कतोडी केला ताणी.
CZMP shows only about 7 patches of sand dunes. Therefore, I say that sand dunes are improperly marked. Sand dunes require major restoration as they are nature's first line of defense, and this is to be incorporated in the CZM plan. Mangroves and Khazans areas marked in the draft CZMP for Kanduli are correct, are existing and is to be maintained from survey number 72 at CKD up to survey number 63 at Orda. No changes are to be incorporated.
While on the other hand, by evening, the CZMP hearing at Panjim saw only 50% of the attendees as compared to the morning. While in South Goa, people shouted slogans to stop the hearing and demanded to immediately stop the CZMP public hearing. Watch.
Mr. Ajit Roy, Kokani, Kannad, किदे चलता तुका? What is this nonsense going on here? Come on, please respect, yaar. See, I am going to leave from here only on one condition. You answer me Yes, 1,000 people's question is whether the 1,000 objection has been considered or not.
Yes, now let us know to what actually happened in South Goa for the CZMP hearing that was scheduled for the day. A lot of ruckus also that was witnessed. And now to discuss the same, I have with me Kolso Naka's one of their major leader, that is Abhijit Prabhu Desai. And moving ahead, I just want to know what exactly do you think today's CZMP hearing in South Goa turned out to be fruitful for the attendees out there?
It was completely disappointing, and the people are very angry and shocked actually to see the way the meeting was conducted and the attitude of the officers and the government. To start with, at the beginning of the meeting, a number of procedural issues were raised by the people. Not a single issue was answered. In fact, for the entire day during the proceedings, scores of questions were asked by the people, but not a single answer was given by the authorities. In fact, it was like talking to a wall. And, the points of order which were raised by the people at the beginning of the meeting are crucial to understand what was wrong with the meeting. To start with, the people asked the presiding officer, the collector, on based on which notification is the hearing being held, and shockingly, there was no reply. Now that would mean that all the 1,000 odd people who had registered and others who had come as participants and attendees could not would require to stay for days together at the venue, in order to get a chance to speak or to watch the proceedings. Day and night, 24 hours non-stop is how the collector wanted to continue with the hearing. Now, and the venue is a place near which there's no food outlets, there's no provision of food and whatever people need. People did carry their lunch and therefore they could stay there till 6. But at 6 o'clock, all the people unanimously requested the collector to stop the proceedings and promised that we would all be back tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to continue with the proceedings. The collector did not show any interest in responding and said that she would continue with the proceedings. But the people took a decision, and people have said that the hearing is over at 6 for the day, and it should continue the next day starting at 10 o'clock. And all the people agreed that they'd be back tomorrow morning at 10, and they left the venue. Now, during this whole procedure, the attitude of the authorities was that they were trying to suppress people's voices, not to allow people to speak, and not responding to any of the queries. Public hearing, from the amount of information that the people have about their own villages, that this process cannot be completed, cannot be done properly unless NCHCM and the government come to the villages and collect data from the people affected. But what was also very clear from the meeting is that all of Goa is strongly united on this and is going to defend her people and her lands against all the mites in the world.